Hi, and welcome to Astolfo Simulator, a poorly designed gacha game where they time-gate everything to keep you playing, drag out the main storyline to 7 years, and use hot women to drain your wallet. Welcome to Astolfo Simulator. Ooh, children. From the creators best known for Honkai Impact 3rd and Gambling Addiction Simulator, this game visually and internally looks and feels like a remix of MiHoYo's previous releases. The video game equivalent to releasing remixes of the same song over and over again to stay at the top of the Billboard Hot 100s. So, I'm gonna waste the next 40 minutes of your life complaining about this dumpster fire of a game. Ah yes, MiHoYo, a game studio based in China that specializes in using hot women to milk the gacha community of their hard-earned cash. And also whatever this abomination of a metaverse rebrand is. Back in the day, MiHoYo released Honkai Impact 3rd as what seems to be a decent-looking mobile game. With Genshin Impact, they were like, "I'll do it again." And oh, did it work out. Oh my god. Mate, these dudes actually became a AAA game studio overnight. What the actual fuck? With AAA game development experience under their belt, MiHoYo set out to take the world by storm with their third major game release, Honkai Impact Story. They have brought striking innovation to the game development scene. A revolutionary clone of MiHoYo's two previous cash cows, Frankenstein with a new combat system, while still being another installment in the gacha genre. Oh, they also apparently have Zenless Zone Zero now, which I can best describe as Genshin, but they spent all their budget on jiggle physics. And thickening the outlines, apparently. What is a gacha game, you may ask? To anyone lucky enough to not know what this is, I'm sorry, but essentially you have cute anime girls and gambling addiction targeted at children. Oh, and believe me, the malicious game design gets much worse. More on that later. With the thriving, third-party content market tailored for a demographic of degenerates above the age of 18, we rapidly enter a gray area, so to say. She's using a child character model, but lore states she's over 500 years old. Will I go to jail? Who knows? Alright, so these guys clearly know what they're doing in the borderline legal gambling for children industry, having made and still maintain two massively popular gacha games. So surely this is a phenomenal game, right? Considering this is their third game during their Goliath rise, right?
We made a choice, go fight against your fate. They will come with the pain. They will wake up the despondent crowd. Restore the world somehow.
This reward can only be claimed once? Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way first. Gambling for children! I mean gacha! Well, arguably, the actual game content is one that resembles an RPG, defeating ever so fearsome monsters while advancing through a heart-wrenching storyline. But, however, in practice, it is nothing but gambling for the character you want, and then gambling to level them up. You obtain characters through the slot machine, wishing, through the three main types of slot machines, banners, limited character, limited weapon, and permanent character. And what you get, well, have a slim chance of getting, is rather self-explanatory. The permanent banner has a 4-star guarantee of 10 pulls, and a 5-star guarantee of, well, multiply that number by 9, and consists of largely D-tier characters, while the limited banners have... Sorry, I meant limited banners have boosted drop rates for any new and or select characters and weapons, both with 5-star guarantees of 90 pulls. For a 5-star, not the advertised character. To be guaranteed that, you will need to have already gotten scammed by the D-tier permanent characters. So your 90 pulls actually becomes 180. How much money does that translate to? Sounds familiar? Well, this is literally the same gambling system as Genshin Impact.
You have to be fucking kidding me!
Just space-themed.
Purple, let's go! Blasting gun! Oh!
Primo Gems are the premium currency used for gambling. Basically playing into the loophole where technically if you spend real-world money to purchase in-game currency for gambling purposes, but said in-game currency can also be used to purchase other in-game items, it doesn't really count as gambling. So then you can legally have gambling targeted at children. Star Rail, like many other gacha games, adds an extra level of obfuscation. You buy Genesis crystals with real money, and then you buy renamed Primo Gems with that. Then buy one of two types of wishes, because why would it make sense to use the same type of currency for limited and permanent banners? They cost the same, it's one per wish. Oh. And then finally, you can go gamble to your heart's content.
You can also buy other stuff with Genesis crystals, technically, but 9.9 times out of 10, the deals suck, and you're gambling, which none of this would be as bad. Don't get me wrong, well, still bad, but not as bad. If A, the drop rates were anywhere close to reasonable, B, each pull was significantly cheaper instead of this number that you can't do math with, or C, spending $100 wasn't a complete ripoff. Like, if any of these three were actually true, maybe this game might have been somewhat reasonable.
Still a ways to go, but in its current state, it appears that I can confidently write this portion of the script without looking at the real gacha rates of the game, and still be bang on. It does make a lot of sense why when people get a 5-star, they act the way they do.
I'll just skip.
Press the skip button.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I still have enough for another 5-star.
Go for it then.
Should I actually go for you?
oh my
Real
god.
Yes, you should. Yes.
Yes,
Alright.
yes, gambling.
Yes.
Come on. Gamble.
I'll do 2 temples without.
What the fuck is your...
Shop Reset is that time of the month again where everyone makes a beeline to satisfy their gambling addiction, with this other currency that is also effectively only used for gambling. And for whatever reason, you can only buy 5 wishes per banner, because buying 10 for the banner you actually want to gamble for is strictly prohibited. And to their credit, although futile, they do make some effort to comply with gambling regulations. At least. Can I take a moment to make you aware of how awful the in-game purchases are? Spending $100
Works out to be 41 pulls. The 5-star guarantee is 90, and the 4-star guarantee is 10. This is actually a complete waste of $100. With the 1 time 2 times bonus, the amount of gambling currency you get is less of a complete ripoff, however, it still won't guarantee a 5-star character, and doesn't change my overall verdict of this being a complete waste of $100.
I was going to go off on how... Listen, if you keep talking, I swear to God, I am going to strangle. But why am I spending so much time on what a minuscule part of the game that gambling for characters and weapons consists of? Well, I mean, Star Rail, that is the game. Like, playing with your waifus and husbandos is literally the entire game when you are waiting for new segments of storyline to release. They hook you in because, honestly speaking, the first 10 or so hours of play are outstanding. In Genshin, you get dropped in this massive open world, free to explore and do whatever you want. While Star Rail does lack this open world aspect, and well, the combat success, but it still shows early evidence of being an actually well-designed and well-made game. You get thrown right into the action and story with decently fast progression. It's surprisingly a no-frills experience. Until it isn't. After what I'd like to call the initial hit of dopamine. The true nature of the game shows itself. As a gacha game, Star Rail is designed to keep you playing for as long as possible. The storyline is actually going to take an eternity to release in its entirety, with segments releasing every 6 weeks or so, most of the time. So, what is the game content when there is no more story? What do you do in a role-playing game that doesn't have the role-playing? Oh, Shad.
Yeah,
Can I interview you about something?
sure.
What do you think of events in Star Rail?
Way too long. They give a shit ton of primos in exchange though.
Would you say they're a good use of your time?
If you got like maybe like just 2 hours to kill every single day, yeah, it's pretty nice.
Do you find them entertaining?
Maybe for a first hour, 2 hours. Once they introduce like all the gameplay mechanisms, yeah, then it gets really boring.
Any last comments?
Michael.
Why would Star Rail not be absolutely drowning in gacha mechanics? Quality? Fuck that! They're the creators of Genshin fucking Impact, releasing shitty event content and cranking out updates every 6 weeks or so to keep the player base active.
Scaredy cat. Yeah.
Which in turn means more money in a development timeline for a high quality game. That is a non-existent amount of time. The community have shown time and time again that they will just simp for whatever causes neuron activation. Why release a finished, well-polished game when you can just make so much more money from constant microtransactions? Rant aside, maybe what I'm trying to say is I don't see Star Rail breaking away from the gacha game formula, and that's honestly a bummer. Star Rail, like Genshin, has the potential to be a really good game. Well, the gacha crap aside. Beautiful graphics and environment? Well done storyline and character design? It has all the requirements to be something actually worth playing. Honestly, the reason I still bother to come onto Genshin is milking the game for content and fooling around with my friends. Or milking my friends. Well, shit, that's not what I meant. Or milking my friends playing Genshin for content. So I stalled making this video. Do I still come onto Genshin? Yeah, sure. But the year is 2024, and we are in the age of mobile game microtransactions. Oh, the story, for the most part, is actually pretty decent. Until a certain point.
Take me back.
Hooligans invade a space station while Kafka is obliviously fingering an air violin. When she finally regains consciousness, she uses her mommy voice.
I'll be in charge of this operation.
She sounds hot. Along with to break into a lab where they give birth to you. Big Dong Zong, or No Dong Zong, in a sensational interaction not seen since the continuation of the Kamisato bloodline. Nah. I believe you hate her too much. Then Mommy Kafka flexes her mommy voice and...
I'm leaving.
Oh, that reminds me of the time my dad told me that he was gonna get milk. When you finally come to your senses, you are awoken by a hot man and Astolfo probing your body, whom become your best mates as the three of you get violently tossed around the space station. While a totally original flying majestic beast of an enemy comes to say hello. Nearly failing the tutorial level? Not me! Even hater. Hey. I don't... Hey. Oh, okay. Hey, what happens if you get squad wiped?
You die. He's still 2 characters.
Even hater, no! No!
You still have 2 characters.
Literally bully. Uh-oh, Reaper. Help. Oh, she's still alive. From here, Epic Disroll suddenly grows balls of steel, directly stealing the Genshin protagonist's signature move of being the most determined and cocky entity known to man. Okay, No Dongzong is dead, and the game ends. Lol, no. We can't drag out the game for another 70 years if No Dongzong dies, so unfortunately this bitch gets revived, and by, Big Daddy Massive Dongzong. Apparently Vishondo is in this game, and she's your boss, and,
I'm masturbating right now!
blah blah blah. Here's a train with copyrighted music. Whoop, time to sleep with your friends. Nothing to see here, and, whatever my notes say here. After you do the act of warping, you arrive at a glorified parody of a Genshin Impact region. And then, MiHoYo, why are you trying to parody Ed Sheeran for the third time? And why the fuck are we rediscovering Athens? Oh, kill me please, kill me please.
Like I said, this game has a It's non-existent.
What's the guy gonna do 64, damn it. The objective here is to neutralize the Stellaron thingy that is preventing your train from progressing. Remember this fact. Ooh, there are children! So anyways, I got arrested for whacking children, and now we are fugitives on the run. Whoa, look, it's this innocent-looking lady! What does this chick look like? Let's hope she doesn't turn into a very, 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 very long boss fight ending up in us discovering the effects of, mustard gas? Chloroform, 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 chloroform. Sealy, how do you pronounce it? Stripper mommy kidnaps you, an innocent boss guard lady, to meet the Wildfire kid, who I swear they do not make it blatantly obvious until 3 hours later into the story who this Wildfire kid is. Oh look, No Dongzong has ADHD. Mate, go do the fucking objective. Stop wanking off everyone along the path. Is what I would say if you weren't forced to fight a bunch of scary dudes with this god-awful combat system. Oh, Klee, I remember you. Oh, are you friends with this big robot dude that looks like it's gonna send me to the Shadow Realm?
Like, I know for a fact you're gonna lose this fight. There's no way you're not losing it. You might want to level up your characters after this.
What, is this dude gonna one-shot me? What the f-
Oh my god. I told you.
Let me take a moment to bitch about how MiHoYo handles the main storyline. After the initial hit of dopamine, you are essentially forced to play the game properly, and this is where, unfortunately, I had to end my no upgrading challenge early, because of how ass this combat system is, to the point you actually cannot avoid damage. Why is everyone a fucking boss now?
Because you're running like level 5 characters in like a level 20 character zone.
Excuse me, level 5? I should tell you these dudes are not level 5. This dude's level 4. Level 4. Level 5. Level 2.
That's even worse.
I'm perfectly fine.
There are way worse robots.
He's fine. She's also fine. For Star Rail, I would say this game is more about progression. And the story does serve in a way to push you to upgrade your characters. Upgrade your weapons, upgrade your talents, realize you want a new waifu, because the fights are designed to force you to. While I would rather the game be skill and action-based rather than grinding and pure strategy, actually, I would enjoy Star Rail much more if it was a proper story-driven game rather than a second gacha game to look after. But this is rather minor considering MiHoYo's history of asshole game design. The requirement of being a certain rank to continue with the story is honestly just there to keep you playing for longer. And the requirement to complete certain completely irrelevant side quests because they are flat out blocking the main story quest is effectively just added fluff to keep you playing for longer. And sometimes even parts of the main story quest feel like it's just there to, you guessed it, keep you playing for longer. Particularly in the mines when you are en route to meet Wildfire, without concrete evidence as to who Wildfire actually is. Why is it that I am forced to help literally everyone on the catwalk, when it adds nothing at all to the main objective? Now, this is certainly minor, however, this is the beginning of a trend I'm not so sure I like.
I just wanna fuck a dude. It's coming so sticky like glue.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
MiHoYo has shown with Genshin Impact that they can, and definitely will, release a main story quest that is 4 hours long.
I'm fingering rapidly.
With 90% pure unnecessary fluff, and Act 2 is a direct continuation of Act 1. With the same exact formula. Come on, this could have easily been one singular quest with a fraction of the total runtime. Maybe that would have been an actually decent quest. But generally speaking, with quests in MiHoYo games, if it's not voiced, it's automatically not worth your time. Not that being voiced guarantees it will be. Star Rail in its current state is still rather innocent in the asshole design spectrum, and it does have some meaningful side quest design choices that are, well, they actually do make sense. However, I shit you not, in 2 years it is going to end up exactly like Genshin Impact, a game riddled with pointless side quests and completely arbitrary restrictions. Something that I do praise is the overall character design. Most characters are designed to be dynamic, with distinct personalities, and they have an origin story that hits you in the feels. Such as the scary, thick boss lady. She does have a multi-dimensional personality. She is sent by her mother and is resolute on following orders and asserting dominance on your crew, but does have a soft side willing to be in search of the truth regarding her mother, even though it goes against all she has known up to this point. This actually creates personal attachment to said character because they are not just brain-dead, delusional, one-dimensional simpletons. Also, to my surprise, what you choose to say when interacting with your surroundings actually provokes different responses, compared to Genshin's where the response is going to be the same no matter what. What you pick still turns out to be the same ending more or less, however, this is certainly an improvement. It's just a shame that all the good parts of the game are being buried by the fundamental principles of a gacha game. On the topic of NPCs, we have found damning evidence of MiHoYo's copying their own homework and changing it up a little. Alright, back to the story.
Maria, I wanna make everything okay. Don't trust me, forgive me. Hey, you have to find a way. Maria, I wanna make everything okay. Don't trust me, believe me. You have to run away.
After upgrading my characters, this big robot wanker is actually able to die. We settle down and then proceed to get distracted from the main storyline to do what is effectively a side quest in disguise.
Place you're going to. Let me. Oh, also, lastly, paint. These should metal. Let's go.
In this side quest, you get thrown into a ghost town, yell at a kid,
rat!
whom leads you down a very fucking treacherous route filled with scary monsters.
NG goes to NGB.
Oh no! Run! No!
Michael, you need to talk to Skid, Michael. You need to talk to Skid. Oh, Michael, you should talk to the puzzles. They'll give you a free chest.
Where?
Run back the way you came from. Now follow the fine, dude.
Oh
he doesn't
my, you can't be serious.
Yeah.
You can't be serious. Okay, you know what? Hey.
Okay, Michael, you're perfectly fine as long as he don't hit you. You're. Yeah, you need to be beside a dude to make the guy move.
What the fuck?
You didn't kill the guy. You actually killed the guy. Oh, good. You don't have to worry about the other guy. You should continue going down that way. No, Michael, go back. Keep going down that way.
This is a trap, isn't it?
No, no, I want to say that.
What the fuck was that, my guy?
Well, he's there to say hello.
When the random raid on the ghost town finally ends... what do my notes say here? Oh right, go back to the ghost town. Down the very fucking treacherous route filled with scary monsters. Again. Just to get clapped by monsters. Again. When you are finally done with the fucking ghost town, in my notes I have, meet big robot guy. Get clapped and lose your virginity.
Oh, Michael, here comes round 3
That's better.
Oh, man.
of attacks.
Hey.
All of
Oh
you,
yeah, I don't.
stay
I honestly don't know
I'm
why
right
to do
behind
this. Oh yeah, phase 2. Oh, Michael, watch out. His hand's gonna capture.
Oh, what the fuck?
There's a Michael just not a hand.
Evaluating variables.
What?
Executing annihilation. Calculating result.
Oh my god! Prank him, John. Oh, Michael, come on, prank him, John.
I can't
Come on,
prank
Michael,
him that
Michael,
quickly.
one.
Prank him, John. Prank him, John. Prank him, John. Oh.
Please don't hurt Mr. Sparrow.
See, look, it worked. Oh, Michael, look.
Oh, Michael, look a thumbnail.
Clara,
That's not Star for me.
please don't hurt him.
And then finally, you get more information about the Stellaron. Wow, I forgot what this game is actually about, because just like Genshin Impact, the main characters of Star Rail just so happen to get horribly distracted to the point of ADHD diagnosis, and resolve everyone else's problems. It took at least 5 hours worth of gameplay to learn about the main objective, not to be confused with learning about how to solve the main objective.
And this is where quest blocking comes in again.
In a nutshell, a good way to describe Star Rail is if you take the Genshin TCG minigame where you roll dice, select an attack, and then wait 5 years for your opponent to do the same, and think it's a good idea to develop an entire game around it.
Because you can be fucking garbage at video games and play Honkai Star Rail.
No dodging, no freedom, and no fun, honestly. Only the disturbance of peace by mandatory ear-piercing shrieks whenever March 7th gets touched. The turn-based, strategy-based play-by-play playstyle makes combat feel slow, and it gets rather repetitive quickly. It feels like I'm playing Anime Moans Tycoon, and that's a completely valid combat system. Do I find it boring? Certainly, but that's also completely fine by me. In the sense, if I knew I was going to be pulling teeth every single fight, I would have never bothered to touch the game to begin with. I do find that Star Rail is advertised where the advertisement has minimal correlation to the actual gameplay. Well, congrats, your marketing certainly is very nice and got me to play the game, but your game also doesn't booey-us? Oh,
is there a planet made of boobies?
In Genshin, you avoid killing mobs because you don't need their drops. In Star Rail, you avoid killing mobs to avoid being held for ransom, and sit through another episode of Anime Moans Tycoon. But hey, there's at least autopilot and 2x speed to make the combat at least bearable. The combat design of Star Rail is simply not entertaining, and honestly feels like a chore. I'm starting to think that the Gacha community is more interested in the dude in skimpy clothing than actually playing the game. As a dumb man who stole the quote from some random Reddit thread once said, "The game is free. And so is the point. Assuming you survive boredom, you are met with Elden Ring grade difficulty because of how combat is designed. You can't dodge, so good luck punching above your weight class and completing this one ascension quest. In conclusion, the combat system essentially made the game dead on arrival, and I only played it because of Astolfo. I wish I was joking. I just would like to ask you a few questions, okay? And then you can go to sleep.
Okay.
What do you think about Star Rail as a game?
Oh. I think my favorite part is that you can just click the auto attack and you can walk away from your computer.
Would you say that the game is a good use of your time?
No.
Any reason why or why not?
Okay, let me actually think about these questions for a second. I think, I don't think it's bad. I feel like it just gets, like, boring.
Hello.
Since it's, like, so, like, the gameplay isn't, like, that entertaining.
Would you recommend it to other people?
No.
Do you have any last words?
Just tell me
Look at all these tears, bro.
No Dong Zong goes to bed, and we get a glimpse of Sela X Branya.
Hold up. I never said you could join us.
Well, to insinuate that I look like a lesbian? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, then I will.
What the hell am I doing with my life, brother? What the hell is this, man? What the fuck have I done?
How shall we comfort ourselves? The murderers of our murderers.
Then the squad assembles and prepares to finally try to tackle this Stellaron thingy.
Well, now that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the Stellaron.
Oh, you too, huh? Only one thing stands in your way. To do this quest, you must be rank 24. To rank up past 20, you will need to do the Ascension quest.
Just in time. Just a little something.
Yes. What happened to you? So you know what I said about it being easier, right?
Rules are made to be broken. It's supposed to be a fucking RPG. What role am I playing? The fucking victim?
Meeper, can I interview you for my Star Rail video?
As long as you don't mind me speaking drunk, then sure.
Perfect. What are your overall thoughts about Star Rail?
It's a perfect game to play on the side. It's not a mainstay game, but it's more of a game you can really have on the side while you focus on other parties.
Do you find the game a good waste of your time? Do you find the game a good use of your time?
In a sense, yes, considering the main point of the gameplay is to kind of like have it play out in the background or like not focus on the gameplay entirely. Assuming you're not doing anything end game per se, such as swarm disaster and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Would you recommend the game to other people?
If they're interested in the gacha experience, but don't want to expend all their time within a game, then yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any last words? As a final verdict, Star Rail is an alright game, I guess, though during the initial hit of dopamine. After that, it's a mess of gambling, repetitive grinding, an atrocious combat system in terms of enjoyment and difficulty, and the game developers actively trying to withhold any fun remaining in the game. I probably sound like a broken record, and certainly it has the potential in regards to story writing, character design, and having sensible controller support. It is literally made by the creators of Genshin Impact. I shit on Genshin Impact a lot, but it's a beautiful game with a powerful and touching story. So is Star Rail. But also, it's literally made by the creators of Genshin Impact, a gacha game with gacha game practices and a target demographic labeled as lolicons. As foretold by the prophecy of an always online game, eventually the server shut down anyways, and Star Rail will be forever lost in time, only to be remembered in our memories and whatever degenerate videos that exist on the interwebs. When the cash cow is milked dry, the company sets their eyes on the next mutated clone. It's a never-ending cycle for MiHoYo, it seems. I guess with video games, they either fall off during their meteoric rise, fading out of relevancy, or you end up playing them long enough to see the game you've loved become a disappointment. When I first started playing Genshin Impact, I was blown away by how beautiful the game was. How there is no way that this was such an addicting, free-to-play, story-driven game. And it turns out I was correct. It wasn't what it initially appeared to be. It was very much until much later when it showed its true colors as a poorly designed gacha game, doing gacha game things. I can't judge Star Rail as impartial as I want to because of its near identical twin. I can't enjoy Star Rail for what it is, knowing that it's on the same exact ill-fated trajectory. Whether that being the Wish system, decade-long storyline, or whatever. When I see Star Rail, I see a game that has the potential to finally break out of gacha hell. To be that no-frills experience I've been waiting for years. But it didn't. It isn't ever going to. I would argue if you're playing Star Rail, you're playing it for the story and character building. However, with the numerous gacha design principles at heart, and the combat system being a thing, it greatly overshadows any impressive feats that the storyline sets out to be. It makes the story, and by extension the entire game, not enjoyable. If the overall verdict for Genshin Impact is bad game, don't play it. For Star Rail, it would be terrible game. Definitely don't play it. But I'm just an amateur content creator who one day saw Astolfo in a game and decided to make a mediocre video essay about it. I'd rate this game a disappointing waste of time out of 10.
We're doing alright. When we are apart, we always do the same dance. always on the fence, never making sense. I'm not gonna feel a thing tonight. I'm not gonna be the one tonight. Don't wanna hear anything that you say. Your love is a game that I don't wanna play. So don't say you need me when I walk away. So many words but they don't mean a thing. You blur the lines between love and obscene. So don't say you need me cause we're not a thing. We're not a thing. I'm doing alright. Since we are apart, you know it's always the heart first. Don't care if it hurts, you're making it worse. I'm not gonna feel a thing tonight. Not gonna feel a thing. I'm not gonna see your face tonight. Not gonna see your face. Don't wanna hear anything that you say. Your love is a game that I don't wanna play. So cry all you want, but I still walk away. So many words, but you don't mean a thing. You blur the lines between love and obscene. So don't say you love me, cause it's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Does she remember?
I'll remember you.
Time to get up.